Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hello, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Hello, Simon, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, what about others? Haptit? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So before we start the session, I just want to know about yourself, your background, your qualification, your skills, knowledge before any experience. So let's start from Simon.
Hello. Wait.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, madam.
Simon, can you hear me?
You want me to start?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Simon, and I'm currently looking into this program to help me with a new career. I have had some experience not really related to Java or programming, but some basic and mostly graphics experience. And I'm hoping to get more of the programming setting from this course.
Okay. Next.
Haptit. The same like Simon, I had a different experience with, but I'm really interested with Java. I have this new experience, and I'm gonna work hard to make it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you. And what about Haptit?
Yeah, this was Haptit. We are in the same computer. I mean,
Oh. Oh, both are same computers?
We are in the same house. That's why he came to my house. We're just using the same.
We're
Okay,
working
okay.
on downloading the Zoom on the other computer, and
Okay.
soon he will have
Okay.
it.
Okay, no problem. So what about the next candidate? Leula Smith. Hello. Next candidate, Leela Shman. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know why not responding. So let me introduce myself. Myself, Kunal from Class Boxes Technologies, having around 15 years of industry experience as a technical mentor, as a developer, and as a kind of a technical consultant, right? So I have worked with different platforms into the different various technologies like Java, full stack development, working with software testing platform, working with a cloud platforms, AWS, right? So having experience more into the developing the project, understanding the new business requirement, development and implementations, and same like sharing the knowledge with the new developer, the newcomers who wanted to start their career into Java developer positions, as a mentor, making them understanding the industry requirement, how the things are working in the industry, making them understanding the new technologies that is required in the in the real world industry. So that's all about myself, and I am here to share my skills and knowledge so far that I had in the past 15 years, and hope this training program will help you out, guys, to improve your skill set and making you to expanding the skills and knowledge, upgrade your skills, and helping you to get a job. So now let me share my screen, and from there we'll start the session. One second. You can off your video, Haptit. Yeah. It's just an audio call. No need to on the videos. Can you make me host Class Boxes? Can you make me host? I want to share my screen. Okay, thank you. Hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
All right. Now, let me share my material that I'm going to represent today's sessions. So here we'll see the fundamental stuff today. Okay. Basically, the whole training program will cover up the Java full stack part, where we'll start with Java fundamental, and then we'll move to the next step, that is a core Java programming. And after the core Java programming, the third step of learning path, we'll try to understanding about the importance of using Java framework while you develop such applications. And then we'll try to understand something part of the front end development as well. And then we'll see how to use the JUnit testing by writing some test cases. And then we'll see how we can develop project and how the project can be deployed right? In the AWS cloud or something, Apache Tomcat server services into the local machines. Okay, so in the day one, we'll try to understand the Java fundamental. We'll see what exactly this technology is Java, where exactly it is standing, and what are the Java new features that has introduced, and we'll see how to install the required software in the platform, and from there we'll start writing the coding stuff. All right, so let's move to the next slides here. Okay, so these are the content. We'll see the features of Java, and next we'll see the use of JDK and JRE, that is Java Development Kit and Java Runtime Environment. And next we'll see the Java editions, like what are the different API the technology has introduced to develop such different applications. And then we'll see API documentations. Okay, we'll try to understand the how memory structure has designed and which is managed by the JVM. Basically, when you are writing some code, some Java application, so what exactly the internal process to running the Java code, and we'll see some various software which we need to install. Okay, so before we start our career as a Java developer, it's more important to know the features of Java. What are the Java features that comes up with these technologies? Okay, so Java is very simple programming languages. People they are thinking that Java is very hard to learn, but it's not like that. It's very easy. And if you are familiar with the C or C++ programming languages, for them it is more easy. And next is object oriented. So Java is completely object oriented programming languages. So it support with the concept of object. Okay, so everything that you develop in the form of object only. So it is completely based, designed and developed with the object oriented structure. Java also a platform independent programming languages, and it is more secure programming. It is robust programming, architecture neutral, and it's more dynamic. Java has its own Java also has its own interpreter, which converted one machine language to another machine languages. We'll discuss in details in the next slides. And it performs high. Okay, that's the reason Java is one of the most common, popular, and high demand programming languages. And it support multi-threaded and as well as it is a distributed programming language also. Now let's try to understand one by one now. So before I start the session, I request for everyone is if you have any questions, any doubts during the session, please stop me, clear your doubts. Please stop me and clear your whatever queries you have in your mind. Okay, if you feel that I'm going little bit speed, just stop me and ask the questions. I'm here to help you out. I'm here to make you understanding the subject in details. I'm here to share my skills and knowledge the best way. What is your job here? To attend everyday sessions, to attend understanding the subject, to attend to do the practice. Okay, all the programming stuff, whatever we will discuss, and the same to complete the coding assignment. That is your job, right? So you have to do your job and I will do my job here. Okay, now let's start the first step here of the learning, that is a simple. So Java, as I said, Java is very simple programming languages. Yes, it is easy to write and read the code. It is very easy to write the Java programming and it is easy to read the code also. If you are familiar with the concept for C++ programming languages, because Java is a object-oriented programming languages. Before that, there are few more programming languages has introduced to develop a console application, such as COBOL, Pascal, Fortran, C, and C++. These are the extension. Okay, so first C has introduced as a structure-oriented programming languages, and the first object-oriented programming languages is introduced called C++. But it is a partially object-oriented programming, not fully object-oriented. But if you are familiar with the C++ programming languages, then it will be easy for you to understanding the writing the Java code. If not, then nothing to worry, because this training is basically start from the scratch level. Okay, even if you're not familiar with C++ also, you no need to worry at all. I will be making understanding from the scratch, okay, from the programming stuff. And Java will not support a pointer. In C programming languages, if you are aware of, then it support pointer. What exactly the meaning of pointer? Pointer is something which point the value that we store in the memory, right? That means I can say easy to understand is it store the reference of the data which you are going to initialize in our memory. Okay, so through that reference we can easily track the data where exactly it's stored in the memory, right? But Java is more secure. Java will not allow to get any data through reference, right? So that is the reason it is more secure and it does not support with the pointer concept. Next, Java is a object-oriented programming languages. Yes, Java fully supported the principle of OOPS concept, that is object-oriented programming system. Object-oriented programming system, it is a designing structure. It is a mechanisms that we apply to develop, designing the Java application, followed by object-oriented programming principle, such as using class, object, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. So these are the OOPS principle that we use to design the application for code reusability. We basically use for abstraction, like hiding the implementation details, right? So there are many different way. We by using encapsulation, we hide the data properties from outside object, where we achieve more security, right? So it depends on the requirement. We are going to choose that different object oriented programming principle while you design the application. So we'll discuss in details of this OOPS concept in the upcoming sessions. Next is Java is a platform independence. Java code can be run on the multiple platforms. Java code is compiled by the compiler and converted into the bytecode, and that bytecode can be run any JVM independently. So what is JVM? JVM is basically, it works as an interpreter. Okay, it stands for Java Virtual Machine, and every operating system we have our own JVM. Means if I'm installing JDK in my Windows, I have my own JVM. If you install the JDK in your machine, then you will have your own JVM. So JVM is basically run any platform independently. That means if I'm going to share my bytecode, then JVM will be responsible in your platform to execute and produce the output. Okay, so Java code can be run on any multiple platforms. That is possible because of the JVM. JVM play very important roles, and because of that we can say Java is a platform independent programming languages. And more important thing is, except Java, there is no other technologies in the world we can say it is a platform independence. Only and only one programming, that is Java, which is a platform independent, that is a platform independent languages. Java code can be run on the multiple platforms. Yes, and Java code is compiled by the compiler. Java has its own compiler which converted source code to the bytecode. Java code is compiled by the compiler and it's converted into the bytecode, which can run any JVM, which can run any Java virtual machine independently on your platforms. So we write the code only once and you can run anywhere, means any platforms. It is more secure, yes, because the program that we run inside the virtual machine sandbox. Java code is more secure because the program that you run inside our virtual machine sandbox, if in any case, if the application is crashed, then it is going to crash only inside the sandbox. But the source code is safe on your local disk, on your local repository. That means no matter if the machine is crashed or if the coding is deleted, then it will be deleted from your virtual, but the bytecode is still there on your local machine, I mean your local directory. Any questions for me? Are you able to understand? Can you hear me, guys? Have it,
So far, no question for me.
everything is clear? Update. Have it, any question for me? Hello?
Yes, it is clear. I'm following you. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So if you have any questions, just stop me and ask.
Okay, thank you.
Next is a robust. Yes, Java is a robust programming. What do you mean by robust? Strong memory management, automatic garbage collection, and exception handling. Strong memory management, that means we are creating some objects. When you design the application, we create some object. If that object is not being used by developer for a long time, instead of it occupy the unnecessary memory in the memory area, that memory has to be removed automatically by our system. Okay, so our system is going to call this garbage collections, which is inbuilt process in Java programming to deallocate the memory. Means it remove the unused object which is unnecessary occupied the memory. That means it remove the unused object and it will make the memory free to reuse for other object. Next is the exception handling. Exception handling is a mechanisms in Java programming that we use to handling the runtime errors. What will happen if we are not going to handle the runtime error? Simply the application will be terminated. Simply the application will be terminated, right? So here we are going to use this exception handling mechanism to handle the runtime errors, because we have the compiler to handle the compilation error. But what about the runtime errors? The runtime errors could be handled by using what? Exception handling mechanism, which is introduced by Java program. Architecture neutral, independent from hardware. Architecture neutral is nothing but you can use any configuration systems. We can use any such configuration platforms in any operating systems to run your Java code. There is no such criteria that you have to use 1 TB of hard disk. You use only 8 GB of RAM. You have to use only i3 processor. There is no such criteria. Any independent platforms with any hardware configurations, your Java code will be up and running without any problem. Next one is it's more into the dynamic. So it is easy for extending and moving between environment. It is easy for extending the application and moving between environment. So that means what? If I am writing some code on my machines, and that code, that byte code, I can share anyone with you, and you can simply just take that byte code and can easy to execute on your machines. You can execute the same on your machines. You will get the same output what I will get here. So here the process is we can easily share and extending the coding, and I can share the bytecode as well from one platform to another platforms. Java has its own interpreter, as I already told you. So Java bytecode can be interpreted in any platforms. Every operating system will have their own JVM, that is a Java virtual machine, which will taking care of the runtime execution. I mean your runtime environment means whenever we run the code, whenever we execute the code, this JVM will taking care of to run and produce the output. Next is the high performance. Bytecode is working much faster. High performance nothing but a bytecode. Your bytecode, whatever the bytecode we are going to use, is working much faster, because we are running the code in the machine that is a bytecode only, not the source code. Source code is what we are writing, the program, but all the source code need to be converted into the machine understanding language that is called the bytecode. So every operating system, the bytecode is working much faster. Next feature is a multi-threaded. Java basically provides integrated support for multi-threaded. Java provides integrated support for multi-threaded. What do you mean by multi-threaded? Multi-threaded something, multiple task is performing a single object simultaneously. Let me give you a real-time example so that you will get a clear understanding about the multi-threaded. In one machine, let's say, okay, let me give you some real-time scenario. I'm watching some movies online through by using same browser, and I've created a new tab where I'm downloading something, and the same time I'm reading something. I'm going to read some data, right? So in one browser, I'm doing 3 different tasks simultaneously. I'm watching, I'm reading the data, and I'm going to, downloading some files. I'm watching, reading the data, and I'm going to watching and downloading. So all 3 different tasks are performing simultaneously. Next one is the so Java supports such kind of multi-threading task, means one object can do multiple tasks simultaneously in one single process. Next one is the distributed. Java can be used in distributed environment. Like as I told you, we have a different API introduced in Java that we can use in different platform to develop a project. Means Java allowed to develop the application in the Windows platform as well as the web platform and as well as the mobile platform. Means as a developer, we can develop 3 different various type of project. Window, that is a console applications, web application project, that is a client server application development. The entire project code will be deployed in the server, and mobile application such as called Android. Means you can install app in your mobile phone, and the same that you can use in your any smartphone or maybe some Android phone that will be supported such applications. Next step. So in step 1, we understood about the Java features, like Java is a distributed programming languages, Java is a multi-threaded, Java is a platform independence, Java is more robust, Java is basically kind of easy to learn, object oriented, all the stuff that you have understood, which is basically the feature of Java, which should know as a Java developer. Step 2, we'll try to understand JDK and JRE. So what exactly this JDK? That is a Java development kit and a Java runtime environment. JDK is basically full-featured software development kit for Java development. Means as a developer, we need some inbuilt API, inbuilt functionality, and some ready-to-use compiler, documentations, tools, and that is introduced by your JDK. Okay, so full-featured software development kit for Java development means this development kit is introduced everything for Java developer that we can ready to use in our platforms. So it includes JRE, Java compiler, API, that is application programming interfaces, and some different tools, that is documentation tool, Java compiler. So we understood about the JDK, that is a development kit which introduced the API, documentation tools, JRE, and other stuff. Now let's try to understand the JRE. What is the JRE? What exactly the JRE stand for? JRE stand for Java Runtime Environment. It is taking care of your project. It provides the specification of a runtime environment. Basically, it provides the specification of a runtime environment. It is the implementation of JVM and it contains a set of libraries and other files that JVM use at a runtime. Okay, so it is basically a kind of a runtime environments where it includes the implementation of JVM, and it have some libraries that we use JVM to execute the bytecode and taking care of the complete runtime environment. These are the different editions we have. We have a J2SE, Java 2 Platform Standard Editions. We have a J2EE, that is Enterprise Editions. And we have a J2ME, that is Java 2 Platform Micro Editions. Java 2 Platform Micro Editions. So we have a J2SE, J2EE, and J2ME. Three different API, which is used to develop three different types of projects. Okay. So J2SE stands for Java 2 Platform Standard Edition, which is used to develop a desktop applications. J2E basically used to develop a enterprise edition, that is for web application development, and J2ME is for kind of a micro editions that is used to develop a mobile application. Like as we discussed before, there are three different specification API we use to develop a three different kind of applications in different specification, right? So the first one is basically to develop a project that will be run only in one single desktop. Okay, we can develop a console based application, just kind of your media player, such kind of the Microsoft Office packages. So these are a console based application. Java also can allow to do such development of a project. J2E is basically client server application project that we can use for a web project. Means your project will be run through the server, that is a client server project. We can develop a business development application. And the third one is J2ME, that is a Java 2 Platform Micro Editions. Even Java allowed to use such API to develop a project, and we can use in any mobile devices. Okay. API, that is Java API documentations. API is what? Application Programming Interfaces. As I said before, Java has introduced some inbuilt object functionality and services already provided by JDK, and we use those API documentation as a resources. For every a developer, they use these resources whenever they do develop such application in the real-time industry, right? So this is the reference document where we can see some inbuilt functionality, some services, and the platforms. Okay. Now next, JVM and Java memory. So before we discuss all this, now let me show you the important stuff that you need to set up the installation process. So this is the JDK. If you have not installed, so you need to install this JDK, that is Java Development Kit. And next one is your Eclipse. So quickly I can share you the link from where you can download and keep it ready in your machine before you join the tomorrow session. Just give me a second. I'm going to share those links right away. See here. This is the link I'm going to sending with you, and this is, you can see, like development kit, and you have the various link from where you can download. If you're a Windows user, Mac OS user, or Linux user, you have the links. Okay, so you can see like the set of file download where I'm putting my cursor, right? So from there you can just download and install the JDK. Okay, hardly it will take 5 to 10 minutes. So just install and make it ready. So let me share this link. Just open it and make it bookmark. And the other one I'm going to sharing you is download the Eclipse software. So you need to download this Eclipse IDE EE developer, that is the enterprise editions. So this IDE is basically which allow to create the project folder, creating the classes, develop the project, debugging the code, all the stuff that you can get it here. Let me share my screen here. See here, Eclipse IDE for Java developer. You can see some download links, Windows, if you're a Mac OS user. If these links are not working, in any case, then you have a installer. You can see the orange button, download x86. And from there, you can just choose Eclipse IDE web developer. Don't install SE standard edition. You have to download the EE, that is the enterprise editions. And once you complete the installation process, what we can do, we can just go through the rest of the part. Means we can start from this, what is JVM and Java memory, and then we'll understand the JVM architecture, how it works. Okay, and I can share this material for you, the reference. As we move with a new concept, always I can share with these the files, and I can share the materials or the source code with you, and that you can use for your reference purpose. And while you're doing the practice, we can just follow those materials for the preparations. Any questions?
Hi, are we downloading Java 17 or Java 19?
Sorry?
Are we downloading Java 17 or Java 19?
Java 8.
Okay, Java 8. Okay.
Java 8 is enough.
Because on the website, it only allows us gives us the option to download Java 19 and Java 17.
No. Java 8 is enough.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So try to download, install, make it ready on your platforms. And the same thing, download the Eclipse. I already saved the link, and keep it ready with you. And from here, we'll continue the sessions tomorrow onwards. Make sense for everyone? Shimon.
Yes, quick question. So are we creating an account on before we download?
Yes.